Hello everybody, and welcome to an overview presentation tonight on a really exciting and new science and some products that you will never ever have heard before, but basically are able to change your life. My name is Gail Pearson. I'm a medical doctor. I practice anesthesia in Auckland, and I am delighted to be able to share all of this new knowledge with you tonight. Presenting with me tonight is Graham Stroud, and I'll introduce him later. But basically, we're talking about flipping the switch and feeling better and do more. This came to me when, from the blue, because I wasn't looking for anything in terms of a natural product, but I'd had a couple of operations on my arm after a bicycle accident, and I didn't actually realize that I was actually burnt out, and I needed to get my energy back again. I needed to get my enthusiasm back again, and I didn't know what to do. And all of a sudden this came along and it's changed my life. And I really want you to understand that this has a possibility to change yours as well. And it's all about flipping switches, feeling better and doing more, doing the things that you really want to do. So why is it different? Well, we're basically being hijacked daily. You know, our environment is not the same as it was 100 years ago. Our food and our water is not natural. It's contaminated with heavy metals, minerals, pesticides. We have poor diets. I mean, the fast food chains are pretty common these days, and people do actually quite like their fast foods, which are actually not particularly healthy for you. We're stressed. We have terrible things with our job pressures. We have relationship pressures. We have financial pressures, too much alcohol, we're overworked. We've got pollution in our environment. Everything that we use, like household cleaners, the paints on our walls, the floor coverings, they all have additives to them. We also have Wi-Fi, we have EMFs, we have blue light. So constantly we are being bombarded with toxins, which is basically being hijacked daily. And just one sort of little fact for you, 85,000 chemicals have been introduced since the Industrial Revolution. Now, how many of those chemicals are in our daily things that we are exposed to? Quite a few, and we actually don't know. A lot of them are hidden. They're with numbers. You look at anything in the supermarket and have a look at a packet, and it's got numbers and letters that you've got no idea what they are. So we don't live in a clean world any longer. You can try, okay? You can try by having a really healthy diet, doing good exercise, having good sleep, you know, having a job that you love, but it's not enough. As we age, our lights are dimmed because we no longer have that capacity to be able to eliminate these toxins. And what I want to show you tonight, which is why it's extremely exciting, is that there is now a way that we can do this. So I want to ask everybody, what does it feel like? So brain fog in the afternoon, you know, you get to your afternoons work and you think, oh my goodness, you know, I can't concentrate. You're sluggish, you can't get out of bed and just go for it in the morning. Bad mood, the thing that the kids do, they upset you really quickly. You know, you get cut off in the traffic and you get cross about that. More stress, you get tired, no matter what. Even if you've had sleep, you're still absolutely exhausted. Now, if any of these things affect you, I want you to listen up, because I think that you need to have a listen to this whole presentation about what I'm going to be talking about tonight, because we can help you. And it's simple. How can it happen? What is really happening? Well, I'm going to look at 4 different ways today in terms of how we can stop this from happening, how we can counteract the toxic environment that we're in. Oxidative stress is the first way I'm going to talk about. Then I'm going to talk about mitochondrial decline, and then I'm going to talk about decline in sirtuin activity. Now, this all goes back to cellular biology, and I want you to remember when you're at fifth form biology that you learned about cells, and you learned about how a healthy cell had a lovely cell wall and all the organelles were all perfect and everything replicated properly. They produce the proteins, they produce the enzymes, and they function normally. When you have a cell that's got oxidative stress, it does not function normally. Basically, oxidative stress, which is oxygen-free radicals, attacks cells. Same as mitochondrial decline. Mitochondria are those little energy beans that you see in your cells. And as you age, they get less in number, they don't function as well, and they don't connect as well. So you don't get as many mitochondria, so not as much energy. Sirtuin activity, I'm going to talk a little bit about later, because that's all connected with intermittent fasting. And that is a really interesting and is the way of the anti-aging future. So the science has looked at our genome, and they've actually discovered, they've mapped the whole of the DNA in our genomes by 2003. So we now know what we're made up of and how it works together. And that gave way to the way that we could, and I dare say it's not manipulating genes, but what we're doing is we are turning on genes that were dormant, turning on genes that were active when you're in your 20s. And then all of a sudden they start to get a little bit slacker and they're not coming up to the play. But what I'm asking you is, if you could reactivate those genes, would you want to? Would you want to do the things that you could do in your 20s? Would you want to not get up in the morning with aches and pains? Would you want to have a clear head throughout the day? Would you want to have enough energy to do whatever you want, be that play golf, be that play with grandchildren, be that run around with your kids in the park? Would you want to do that? And I want to show you how. So let's have a look at an apple, for example. And as I said before, oxidative stress, it damages a cell, it damages an apple. And if you bite an apple and you put it outside, you'll see that the apple actually undergoes degradation. And that's because it's exposed to oxygen. The same is happening to your cells. What happens to your cells is that they are getting eroded and they are getting attacked by the oxygen-free radicals. And your body can't produce enough oxygen antioxidants or antioxidant enzymes to be able to counteract this. And you'll say to me, well, I take blueberries, I take, vitamin C, I take this. It's not enough. This is a pathway that you can actually counteract oxygen-free radicals by using your own cells and using antioxidant enzymes. And what's that switch? The switch is a scientifically proven pathway called the NRF2 pathway. It's completely natural. And what it does is it increases antioxidant enzymes. Now, I don't know if you want to know names, but superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione peroxidase. These have all been scientifically proven, and the amounts that have been improved have also been shown as well. They've done it on blood tests, and it shows that it will lower your oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. So that means that no matter what your age is, whether you're 80 or whether you're 30, you will still get a decrease in oxidative stress, which means that you will get a decrease in damage to your cells from oxygen-free radicals, because your cells are now making their own antioxidant enzymes. Now, this is phenomenal. And this is what excited me so much, because this is new medicine. This is the way of the future. We are actually getting your own body to do healing processes as it's meant to be. And so what is it? Well, as I said, it's completely natural, and it's made up of 5 botanical ingredients. Turmeric, we know that's a great antioxidant. Milk thistle, great liver cleanser. Ashwagandha bacopa, these are Ayurvedic herbs, great for mental clarity, mood balancing, hormonal balancing, and green tea extract, which is also an antioxidant. So put together in a specific way that they will activate that genetic pathway that makes you produce your own antioxidant enzymes. And New Zealanders are great at saying, well, I'll do it myself. I'm going to go to the health food shop and I'll just get a bit of each of these and I'll put them together and then I'll do it. Doesn't work that way, because this has been scientifically proven. The times that they put together the exact ingredient works 18 times more effectively than the individual agents alone. So you have to have the right, what they call a synergistic effect, to be able to have the effect on that NRF2 genetic pathway. And as I said, let's turn those cells back. Let's make those cells back into healthy cells. Let's reduce our oxidative stress, reduce the cell damage. And this is what really did it to me. Protandim has been studied in a lot of independent studies in universities, but Washington State University said NRF2 activation is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. It may well be the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. Now, we have not had any breakthrough like this for absolute years, probably since penicillin. So when you look at this, therapeutic and preventative, we know that what we're onto here is something that is quite different. It's out of the box. And now that I've seen it working in action, I don't need to be told twice that this is the way of the future. So let's have a look. If we look at what happens normally when you age, so down the bottom is age, and up the top is your antioxidant enzyme production. So the red line shows you that as you age, and we know that, your antioxidant production goes down, okay? Let's add the NRF2 synergizer. What happens? Same. So you can be 80 and you can be 30 and you have got the same degree of antioxidant enzyme function in your 80s as you have in your 30s. This is phenomenal. This is groundbreaking. This is so amazing that I just want to jump up and down because it is absolutely just, it's out of this world. So come along with my excitement. This is a new way. This is fantastic. And these are the studies that have been done. So if you go to a site on your Google with pubmed.gov, you'll see all the independent studies that have been done by all of these universities, be by the associations, be by the medical schools. Now, these are independent studies. They are not company-based studies. So Protandim has been studied individually. American Heart Association, the Journal of Physiology, Enzyme Research, Ohio State University. These are big hitters, and they have all found positive effects of Protandim NRF2. The evidence is becoming more and more profound and widespread. If you have anything that you want to have a look at, go to pubmed.gov, put in NRF2 activation and then whatever condition that you want to do, and then see how many results that you'll come up with. And I think you'll be pretty astounded. So the next thing that this company did is they had a look at mitochondrial health. Now, remember I said that the mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell. They're like your battery. And it's important that mitochondria function correctly, because if you have a dud battery or if it's dead, you do not get the energy that you require for cellular processes like enzyme production, protein production, functioning. Now, mitochondria are concentrated in the cells of the organs of the body which have the maximum workload. So, for example, a heart cell would have about 5,000 mitochondria per cell. So it's really important that all of them work together, that they function at the absolute maximum effort to be able to produce the energy that the heart requires. And as we age, obviously, the mitochondria decline in power. We know that, and we know that as you get older, you haven't got as much energy. And it's another factor is because you've got mitochondria that are not functioning anymore. So here's the next switch, the NRF1 pathway. And that's responsible for mitochondrial biogenesis. That's a fancy name for mitochondrial production, for making them healthier, for making them connect better. This is the Protandim NRF1 synergizer. Increases the NRF1 genes by 70%. So as you can see, we've got the science behind it. We can tell you exactly how much these products work, how they work, and how effective they are. Again, all natural, and you'll look at all these ingredients, go and Google these ingredients. They're all natural ingredients. They work specifically at the mitochondria. And as I said before, increases the NRF1 genes by nearly 70%. We talked a little bit when I did the introduction about sirtuins. Now, it's quite fatty these days for people to do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting actually stimulates the sirtuin pathway. So remember, we've got the NRF2 pathway, which is the antioxidant enzymes. We've got the NRF1 pathway, which is the mitochondria. And now I'm talking about the sirtuin pathway, which is actually NAD. It is stimulated by fasting. But we have got a solution that we can actually access that pathway by NAD, and only available in New Zealand and the USA. Unfortunately, Australia has not got it. We're ahead of the game here in New Zealand. This is the NAD Synergizer. It's only been available in the last few months. This increases sirtuin activity. Remember, that's the pathway that promotes NAD synthesis, and it works very complicated, and that would take another whole Zoom for me to explain all about that. But basically, it lasts a long time, 100% activity in 24 hours. So, as I said, 3 ways to switch on switches in your body at the cellular level: the sirtuin pathway with NAD, the mitochondrial pathway with NRF1, and the antioxidant enzyme with NRF2. And I might say that the NRF2 is not just antioxidant enzymes, it's actually a master genetic regulator. So it actually regulates about 300 other genes, which we can go into more detail in another Zoom. And this is for the scientists. So let's have a look at this. This comes down, this is how specific these products are. They come down to genes. They will show you specific genes. And I know this is a little bit complicated, but just quickly have a look down the bottom. These are the specific genes, the ones that work on the NRF2, NQO1, HMOX1, NRF1 genes, and then the NAD genes, okay? So let's see what happens in the gray area when we just use the NRF2.
Thanks, darling.
It's good. It gives us quite a good result. But when we add the Tri-Synergizer, which is all 3 together, can you see how much more potent it is because they work in concert? It's what we call a synergy. And the 3 of them together for NRF2, 838% more effective than alone. And that's a gene which regulates healthy inflammatory response. Similarly to the NRF1 on the next lot of 2, regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis, 118%. And then look at the NAD on the far right. Huge increases in genes. I know that looks complicated, but just believe me, when they work together, they work even more than they do individually. And the results in this at specific genes is just phenomenal. It's just mind-blowing. So, do you want to do it? And when I say, do you want to flip the switch? Do you want better mood? Do you want more motivation? Do you want healthy longevity, anti-aging? Do you want more mental focus and concentration, better sleep? Do you want mental capacity that is improved? Do you want a healthy inflammatory response and healthy vascular system? And I think that everyone would say yes. But you've just got to say, yes, I'm ready for this, and I'm ready for it right now. And I was ready for it, and I was absolutely astounded that the effects that these had on me personally extremely quickly. I had better motivation, better sleep. I didn't sleep longer, but I slept deeper. My skin has never been as good in years and years and years. I have more energy. I think I look younger. So it's just amazing how many effects, and it goes on. So your joints get better. I get out in the morning and I'm ready to run rather than hobbling out of bed. And as the months go by, I get more and more effect. And you might say, well, yeah, I'd give it a try, but I'll try it for a month. And I'd say, don't bother. Because now you understand how this is working. It's working at a cellular level, and you've got to wait for those cells to actually get to the play and step up to that plate. So you're looking at 1 month to a decade. So 50, 5 months, 60, 6 months, 80, 8 months. Talked to a 70-year-old today. I said, you need to commit for 7 months to do this. She said, I'll commit to anything to get better. So the Protandim Tri-Synergizer, available in New Zealand, it is phenomenal, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. It really is making a huge difference to a lot of people. They also have extended the products to hair shampoo and to the skincare range as well, and a probio. Now, I want to just stress that these are not just ordinary products in terms of skincare or hair care. They also work on the NRF2 technology. So basically you are treating, or you're activating the NRF2 pathway from the skin and on the hair as well. phenomenal. We've got plenty of videos to show you about all of these products, but I don't want to go into too much detail tonight. And stories are always better when you share them. And that leads into my next presenter for tonight, who is Graham Stork from Sydney, Australia. Graham's owned his own marketing consulting for 30 years, but he's also a personal trainer, and he's very, very much into health and wellness. And basically what he's concentrating now is on trying to meld the two, bringing a business together and health and wellness as well. Because you know, we need to have things that we can feel good about ourselves, and we need to be understanding that this is a great company. So he's going to talk a little bit about the company and talking a little bit about financial health. And over to you, Graham.
Thank you, Dr. Gale. It's a pleasure to be on the call tonight, Dr. Gale, with you and hearing your wonderful knowledge of these great products. And of course, a big welcome to all my Kiwi friends in New Zealand. It's great to have you on the call tonight. You know, I started taking this product approximately 2 years ago. I've had such amazing results. I got excited. And when I got excited, I decided I wanted to tell and share this particular products with as many people as I could find. So hence the reason why I'm excited about health and wellness and my passion for being self-employed in my own business for that long. I could put the two of these together. And I saw a great opportunity where I could help other people at the same time. Now, of course, Lifevantage is 11 years old, and we're headquartered in Utah in the United States of America. And we're publicly traded on the NASDAQ, the stock exchange. We're debt-free, and we're governed by a board of former executives, as you can see, from Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Amazon, SC Johnson, and more. So we're a very high integrity company with great integrity and credibility. Now let's talk about the trends, because it's very interesting. You know, never in history have people ever been more concerned with their health. Now there's been a 60% plus increase in wellness sales in the last 8 years. And if you look at the graph on the right, let's look at the sales by product category. This is really, really interesting. Do you notice how we've got leisure and educational and clothing and accessories and services and the other? And you'll notice the increases, as you see on the percentages, where 0, 10, 20, and 30. But look at the years underneath from 2010. And let's go straight to 2018 and look at the increase. 35.6 wellness. That is the increase in this category. And there's absolutely no doubt that people all over the world are more interested in feeling better, looking better, and having better quality health so they can actually enjoy their life. And this tab, this result, and this graph absolutely tells us that in no uncertain terms. Now, of course, we're talking about a $600 billion plus business. This is the value of the wellness industry around the world. And these figures are from market research. Let's have a look at it. 300 billion on anti-aging, 121 billion on skincare, and 85 billion on hair care. So we're talking about a $600 billion plus business in wellness in Lifevantage. Now, of course, let's look at this. This is really interesting because on my graph on the left, you'll notice in 2017, we had cosmetics at 32.1%. And you notice wellness was down 26.2% at the same time. So, of course, that's down, you know, approximately 8%. Let's flip the switch now and look at what's happening in 2018. Yes, we might be in 2020. However, from 2 years previously, you can see the change already where we've flipped. And 25.6 in 2018 is now cosmetics. We've gone to 32.6. So the actual category has been taken over and we flipped the switch on the actual category from cosmetics to wellness. And of course, the whole thing about it is it's absolutely the perfect model. What I love about this business is the fact that, you know, where you have to have an office and you've got to have rent, you've got to have staff and you've got to have stock and you've got to have, you know, warehouses and all of these overheads. What I love about this particular model, and let me quickly state what I love about it. One, you can work from home or anywhere. I love that, specifically in today's workplace where things are changing all over the world. And, you know, virtual office, we have a virtual office for everyone, minimal business assets, no inventory requirements. I don't know about you, but I don't know any business that doesn't have to have all of those things just to function. Low entry cost, social sharing of the products and what we do, your own personal online store to share with all of your friends or family and people you want to share this opportunity with, or just to tell them about these amazing products. And of course, we have the incredible daily bonus. And of course, right now, and things are starting to open up, I know in Australia a little bit now, that travel. And there's no doubt in my mind that travel is going to be high on the agenda for people around the world very, very soon. And that's one of the great absolute opportunities of being with the Lifevantage opportunity. Now, I just want to mention to you a little thing about our disclosures. Now, you know, everyone's results, they're going to vary like anybody's business, you know, and the bottom line with this particular business is that, you know, all of the particular people who become distributors within the business and share the products with everybody that they want to know will earn different earnings as they go. So, of course, just let you know that everybody's earnings will be different. And of course, it depends on how much effort you put in, how excited you get and enthusiastic to share with people, and the results you receive from that. It's basically like any other business. The more you put in, the more you get out. Now, our average annual earnings disclosure, I want to take you straight to Pro 3 here. Now, if you notice Pro 3 here, let's look at this. Now, look at the average monthly commissions paid rank, $626. Now, can I just say to you that $626 per month, this is totally available to do, some work and effort to do. However, what a difference that can make to a person's life to be earning $626 on a monthly basis. Yes, you put the effort in, but wow, how much difference could that make to you? You know, paying an electricity bill, maybe a car payment, maybe towards some new furniture in your house, or some other ancillary things, or even travel for that matter. So Pro 3 is where you really want to aim for as fast as you can. And like any business, you know, the quicker you work at it, the more exciting it becomes. So it's like anything, when you do it quicker and you get excited and inspired, what happens is you get results faster. Now, of course, there's other categories as you'll see throughout his, you know, from 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you can go right up to the elite level. But as you can see, the income grows with the amount of effort you put in, and as you grow up the ladder. But right now, if we're looking at the Pro 3, that's really where you want to try and strive for in the first period while you're with Lifevantage. But of course, you know, going up to Elite Pro 7 and after that, wow, some amazing opportunities come to you. Now, of course, if you're interested in the share market, some people are, you know, you want to know that we are listed on the stock exchange. And as you can see, we've got Amazon there, Lifevantage and Netflix. So, you know, you can purchase shares at Lifevantage, and we've had enormous growth, as you can see in the graph below. And of course, one of the great things about this health and wellness product and this corporation, Lifevantage, is that on this year, in January, we were selected to ring the closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange on the 9th of January. And that is not given out lightly. So we hold that in very high regard and high esteem as one of the greatest health and wellness companies in the world. Well, can I do this? You know, that was the question I asked myself as well. Can I do this? And I thought, well, why not? I got results from the product. I'm excited. I want to share it with other people. So let's talk about how. How can I do this? Well, first of all, you've got Lifevantage support, global customer support, an easy to follow ITT system, regular team meetings and trainings, and these will help you not only with skill set, but mindset and leadership. And you've got all of these different avenues you can tap into every day of the week if you want to, and you can go back and you can look at videos and training videos, and we have all these different calls with incredible leaders that from all over the world are here to help inspire and enthuse you. We have regular corporate events and training. We have amazing incentives and perks, and of course, a private support community. So we've got all of the tools that you need to be successful in the Lifevantage business opportunity. So where do you go from here? You need more information? Well, let's have a look at this. To activate, and you just want to activate your own health, you can activate that and just become a customer. You can order the products and just take the products. And we'd love to see you do that so that you get great results. However, if you get excited and enthusiastic like I did, and many of the other people who started taking the products, you want to go around and you want to try and help and support as many people as you can. And if you join us and share our unique products, you too can change people's lives and build a great legacy business for your family or charity. And I'm telling you today, it can absolutely change your life. Thank you very much for listening today, everybody. It's great to have you on the call tonight. Can I just say that for the people that invited you tonight on this call, just go back to that person who invited you, have a chat with them and see where you can take it from here, maybe to order some products or the fabulous opportunity to share the products with others. So thank you to Dr. Gail Pearson for tonight, for your wonderful inspiration and information. And thank you everybody for being on the call tonight. It was great to have you on board, and we look forward to joining us in the Lifevantage family.